redneck. Trying to get my damn phone to stand still. Anyway. Oh, look at the fog. Look at that fog. Alright. There's a 1-inch dowel rod sitting on my trash can. The cap hit that and flew out on the floor. Imagine that. Okay, folks, what we got today? If you're going to watch a guy drink beer on YouTube, hell, you might as well learn something while you're at it. Another episode of Redneck Repairs. I'm going to show you a way to clean cast iron. It'll be a couple of parts in this video. It'll be this part, and there'll be a part where I checked it, and then there'll be a part when it's all clean. But I'm going to show you how to clean cast iron. Rusted, old, dirty cast iron with nothing more than a wire brush and some water and some Arm & Hammer. You can use the old throw it in a campfire method, but extreme heat can warp cast iron. Easy way to tell is to sit your cast iron on a nice flat surface like a top of a deep freeze or your glass stove top if you got an electric stove. And if it wobbles or spins, it's ruined. I mean, not ruined. You can still use it over a fire or on a gas range with fire, but you know, if it doesn't sit flat, then it's been warped. So this method will be completely harmless to the cast iron. So what we've got is a storage tub. That is a piece of sacrificial steel, and anybody that knows what that term means, it means that piece of steel, you're sacrificing it for the sake of your good cast iron. That will draw all the rust, dirt, and debris away from your cast iron, and like it'll draw rust to it. So just use a piece of flat, cheap steel, or you know, anything that's metal. I mean, I even seen a guy on YouTube use a brake rotor. But what you need is some Arm & Hammer washing soda. Not baking soda. What this will be in the detergent area, not the laundry, or the laundry area, not the cooking area. But I had to go to several stores to find this. Most Walmarts may carry it. I didn't look there. I went to a dollar store. I went to a Walgreens and a CVS, and I finally found it at the farm store, Big R's farm store. But it's a detergent booster, and what you need in it is sodium carbonate. That's what you're looking for. That's what I also use to pure sodium carbonate to boil deer heads. It cleans the meat and stuff off of them. So anyway, I'm going to use about 10 gallons of water. Hopefully that'll be enough. I'm going to add about roughly a cup of that washing soda in there. And just some clean water. Pour it in. I'm sure I'm not going to have near enough. Probably going to have to go in and get another bucket of water, but anyway. Oh yeah, nowhere close. So anyway, what you want to do now, of course I'll have to get more water. I'm going to take this dowel rod, and I'm cleaning a 3060 deep fish fryer. Piece of cast iron. It's made to go over 2 burners of a stove. Very nice piece. I picked up at an estate sale for 20 bucks. You don't want your metal to touch your iron to touch your sacrificial steel. This will also work on steel, basically any kind of metal. I've seen a guy do a Briggs & Stratton motor cover with it. And it even loosens the paint. It'll take off nickel plating, everything. So what we want to do next is get a battery charger. Okay, I'm going to sit this down on the floor so it can't fall in the water. Get her plugged in. Of course, the plug is just about too short. I tell you. There we go. Get that out of the way. Got that plugged in. What you want to do is take your positive and hook it on your sacrificial steel. I'm going to unplug this battery charger again for safety's sake. while I'm hooking these up. You want your negative on your cast iron. And like I said, I would advise not doing this when it's plugged in. Water and electricity really don't mix that well, especially when you stick your hands in it. Anyway, I'm going to get a couple alligator clips just to keep my negative clamp out of the water. The negative clamp can go into the water, but it will start to corrode your clamp. So what I'm going to do, you can do this a lot of different ways, but I'm going to hook these alligator clamps onto my iron like this. Well, that ain't going to work. Anyway, you can also use the wire. If you wrap the wire around the handle, you can just hook it to the wire. I'm not going to worry about it. So anyway, your negative goes on your cast iron. Now, plug it in. This is called electrolysis. And you should almost immediately start seeing bubbles. It'll start pulling all the seasoning, rust, anything that's on the cast iron. It'll start pulling it off, drawing it to the positive, the positive charge of the sacrificial steel. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. I've seen the results, and I'm already seeing bubbles coming off the cast iron. And my little piece of steel is bubbling very well. So it's working. Now I just need to go get some more water. I'll finish this beer. And remember, guys, the women don't find you handsome, at least they can find you handy. I'll get a line from the old Red and Green show. Yeah, my sacrificial steel is barely in the water, so I'm going to go get another 5-gallon bucket. That should be plenty. To fully submerge my pan, you want your pan submerged. But yeah, I can see the bubbles, so she's working. That 3060's actually just got a re-seasoning, but I learned after I've done a bunch of them, I was getting a lot of shiny looking seasoning. And what I was doing is I was wiping it down with a thin layer of cooking oil, throwing it in the oven. Well, I learned that the proper way to do it is you actually want to wipe the oil on your pan and then take another dry cloth and wipe it all off. You just need a thin film. Then you pop it in the oven, 15 minutes on about 400 degrees, 425, pull it out, re-wipe it, and then throw it in for the remainder of an hour for another 45 minutes, and that will give you a good thin layer of seasoning, and you can do that up to 5-6 times if you want to. I was putting too much oil on, so I'm going to clean this one all off and get it looking nice. And of course, we'll come back and do a couple it's already 8-minute videos, so I'm going to do a couple short little clips on when it's done. I'll show you after I clean it and scrub it with a stainless steel scrubber, and then after I season it. Cheers, folks. Alright, folks, it's been in here, maybe 12 hours. You can see the rust forming around. It's clinging to the positively charged sacrificial steel area. I'm going to pull it out of here and take a quick look at it. Unplug my battery charger first. Oh yeah, seasoning's peeling right off there. Look at that. I'm going to take it in. Look at that seasoning peeling off. I'm going to take it in, hit it with a stainless steel pad, and then I'll... Bare iron, folks. Look at that seasoning. Just peeling off in sheets. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit this with some, with an SO or a stainless scratch pad here. And probably have to put it back in the tank for a little while. Alright, folks, it's been about 2 days. I'm going to check on this cast iron skillet, this fish fryer. First thing I'm going to do is get them leads off there so we don't get shocked. Get them away. I got one of these anodes sitting in the center, and then I drop the other one down in the bottom. And I have my little jumper. I got a little jumper wire that I added. It's down there on the bottom. Try to help clean the bottom off. Point of contact is sometimes helps with this. So that plate was on the very bottom. As you can see, look at all the rust that is attaching to that plate. Well, let's pull her out. I stuck something else in there a while ago. I'm going to clean it later, but let's check this pan out here. Yeah. Get all this solution out of it. I got to take it in and rub it with the stainless, but as you can see, that's all bare iron there. There's still a little blackness. I'm not sure if that's actually seasoning or just part of from the iron. That whole side's bare iron. There's no seasoning left whatsoever on that. A little bit of black here and there on the end. That side's all bare iron. A little bit of what looks like might be seasoning there. I'm going to take it in and hit it with the stainless steel scratch pad, but as you can see, all the thick, shiny cooking oil is gone. And that thing's pretty much, it's good enough where I want it. I mean, if you leave it in there, it'll take the rest of it off eventually, but I'm just going to go in there and hit it with the scratch pad, let her dry, and throw her in the oven with put some Pam on it and get her seasoned. As you can see, got it on the stove here, dried off. That's after the wipe with the steel wool. It's pretty much bare iron, folks. A few little dark spots, but we've got her good enough. We got her where we want her. I got it warmed up on the stove. What I'm going to do is just take some canola oil cooking spray, spray a light coat on, wipe it all around. Then I'm going to take a dry cloth, wipe it all off, and put it in the oven for about 15 minutes, take it out, wipe it off again, and put it back in for about 45 minutes at 425 degrees. And that'll give me my base coat of seasoning, and I'll probably add about 2 more to it. Should be ready to use. That electricity cleaning, electrolysis works really good. There she is, folks. Look at that nice shine on that seasoning. 3 coats I put on it. 3 coats. That's a 3060 deep fish fryer. I believe it's a Lodge, made after 1960, because you won't see that if it's not after 1960. That is a nice, heavy, double burner fish fryer. Or you can roast chicken in it, duck, whatever. Put a pot roast in it, whatever you like.